Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my first impressions video, and I have the Maybelline Superstay foundation. I have the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer, the Revolution Iconic Division eyeshadow palette, and that is still in the packaging, the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Heroine. So I'm gonna try to do a look using these and giving you my first impressions on them. And before we start, if you want to support my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. But without further ado, let's get into this. So to try give it a usual base, I primed my face with the Revolution Pro Base, which is one of the things I normally use. And to apply the foundation, I'm also going to use something that I'm kind of used to it. That is this oval brush from Primark. So the foundation looks like this. It comes in a glass bottle and I bought it in the shade 21 Nude Beige, and in the drugstore comes with a packaging very much like this, and I kind of eyeballed it. It has a pump, and I'm going to start with a small amount, so I'm going to pump only a little bit in my hands. This is supposed to be a full coverage, and I'm just going to take a little bit more. It was probably half a pump. And now I'm gonna blend it. So far it seems to give it a nice full coverage, and I mean, I didn't even use a lot of it, and I'm kind of liking the coverage of it. I am breaking out a little bit because I've been eating some chocolate, but this seems to cover it on itself very well. Color-wise, I think thumbs up for me because I eyeballed it very nicely. I'm just gonna use a little tiny bit more on my cheeks where I usually get a little bit of redness. So yeah, I think I am very happy with the coverage of this. It still feels kind of lightweight, and color-wise it seems to be a very nice match for me. So yeah, I think we might have a new favorite. I don't usually wear a full coverage foundation. I prefer more of a medium coverage, but I think this one is going like to the top 3. Also, it seems to be drying down matte, which is nice because I have kind of a oily T-zone and I prefer it a little bit more matte. Now for concealer, as I said at the beginning, I'm using the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I bought mine in the shade C4. This one has a very big doe foot applicator, and let's see how this one works. I'm not very sure about the color. I think it might be a little bit light, or at least with a pink undertone. And for concealer, I've been liking recently to blend it with a small flat top brush. This has a very nice coverage. I'm kind of trying to work my cheap lighting and it's not very easy. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of it on these blemishes. And as for the chocolate, I'm not even sorry, it's totally worth it. So overall, I think this blended very nicely, and it might be a little bit too light for my skin tone. I mean, especially to conceal some imperfections, but on my under eyes, I'm kind of liking it because I was having a little bit of a dark circle situation, and this one seemed to conceal that very well, and is a very full coverage concealer. I used just a little bit and it was more than enough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and I will be right back for the eyeshadow. Okay, so now I've finished off the rest of my face and I'm going to apply the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer that looks like this, and I'm taking a little bit of it in my finger. This one said on the packaging that it blends almost clear, and it does. It doesn't have much color. I have a little bit of veiny lids and it didn't cover much of that. And for eyeshadow, I am going to test the Iconic Division Reloaded palette from Revolution. And I gotta admit that I don't exactly have an idea of what look I am going for. So to start, I think I am going to take this shadow all over the lid. This one seems to have given it a nice base. I'm gonna start to build my crease, and I think I want to use the yellow. The eyeshadow primer seems to be helping to pick up the pigmentation, which they're very pigmented, by the way. And now I am going to take this darker yellow color . There doesn't seem to be any fallout either. Now, closer to my outer corner, I am going to use this shade. This one is a little bit more powdery. And you see I'm kind of using the same brush. I am totally not an expert at this, so keep that in mind. So to deepen a little bit more of my outer corner, I am going to take an angled brush and dip it in this dark shade over here. I'm going to take a little bit more of this to blend it together. Okay, so now on the center of the lid, I am going to take this copper shimmer shade on a flat brush. And it's very pigmented. Just taking a little bit more. And on my inner corner, I am going to try this very light green. I don't know if the light is picking it up very well. Now on my lower lash line, I want to use a little bit of the greens. So I'm going to take this dark green on the outer corner. Showing up very nicely. And on the rest of my lower lash line, I am going to take this green and on my lid I'm going to take just a little bit more of this color to help blend the shimmer shade. That inner corner pop a little bit more, I am going to try to use one of these sponge applicators. Yeah, I think that helped because I was just using a very small brush, but now I think you can see it better. So giving it a close up, this is the finished eyeshadow. You can still kind of see a little bit of my veininess on the lid, but the colors seem to blend very nice, and I'm really loving this green on the lower lash line. As for the eyeshadow primer, I think that if you have a veiny lid like me, you would probably prefer to have something with a little bit more coverage. And now as a close-up, you can really see the very light green as an inner corner highlight, and I think it looks very nice with this look. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and we'll be right back for the lipstick. Okay, so I finished my eyes. I've only put a little bit of pencil on my waterline and some mascara. I didn't put any eyeliner because the eyeshadow, it looks very nice just as it is, and also I didn't want to ruin it. So now for the lips, I have the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade 25 Heroin. which looks like this orangey red, and I think it will look very nice with the eyeshadow. Also, I'm a little matchy, so let's give it a go. It has this kind of diamond shape applicator. I have a thing with smelling all makeup stuff, and it smells kind of nice. So let's try to apply this. Seem to come a lot in the doe foot, so I'm just gonna try to apply a little bit more. So okay, as far as the application goes, I am kind of loving the color, and I have lipstick on my teeth. Now, first thing, and I'm speaking kind of weird because I think as I was pressing the lips, it was getting kind of weird in the inner part of the lip, so I'm gonna try and give it a little bit to dry down. Okay, so I've given it like 2 or 3 minutes to dry. The color looks absolutely beautiful. It seems to have dried mostly, not so much on the inner part of the lip. And let's see if this is transfer proof. Okay, so the inner part of the lip that wasn't very dry transferred, but the rest of it didn't, and it's still put. So probably it's my fault that I might have put a little bit too much on the inner part of the lip, and that being the reason why I wasn't trying, but I think I'm in love with it. The color, again, it's absolutely beautiful, and it feels a little bit sticky, but I mean, it applied very well. So, as I was waiting for it to dry, I let my hair down and put some earrings. And now, my final thoughts on these 5 items. The foundation, I think I'm in love with it. I mean, usually when I'm talking and smiling and stuff, it usually creases on my smile lines, especially on this side, but it seems to be holding up very well. It has a good coverage, it has a nice touch, and it mattifies your skin, which personally I like. As for the concealer, it's everything that everyone is talking about. It feels very nice. It has good coverage, is very, very affordable. I think it was 4.99 euros, I think. And yeah, color-wise, it might be just a little bit too light for me, but I have already ordered another color that might be coming in a haul soon. I don't know when, but soon. And yeah, this one applies very well. On my under eyes, doesn't seem to have creased or in any of the other little spots that I used it. So this one was also a thumbs up. As for the eyeshadow primer, I think that coverage-wise it didn't do much, but I think it kind of helped to apply the shadows. They sticked nice to the lid, and it's just a matter of seeing if it actually helps throughout the day to keep the eyeshadow in place. As for the eyeshadow palette, and let me open it to not have the reflection. I mean, It has beautiful colors. I can't wait to do something with a little bit more of the greens. I mean, this khaki green is very pretty, and I also loved this one on my lower lash line. So overall, I think the formula is very good. They're pigmented, and the only one I noticed to be a little bit more powdery was this one. There was a little bit powdery, but there was no fallout. And the shimmers are very nice. Got a nice inner corner highlighter there. And yeah, this one was also very, very affordable. I think it was $4.99 as well. So this one gets a thumbs up as well. Also, I didn't say that, but also thumbs up for the foundation. The eyeshadow primer is kind of a meh, but we're gonna have to play with it a little bit more. And finally, for the lipstick, it also gets a thumbs up. So this video was 5 first impressions, 4 definitely wins, and 1 kind of so-so. But yeah, the lipstick, it applied very easily, and it's a bold color, so it's not always that easy, at least for me. And the formula seems very nice. It's matte, it's transfer proof. It takes a little bit time to dry and is just a little bit sticky, but I think this one is also very good. So that is everything for today's video. If you've tried any of these things, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you like this kind of 5 first impressions kind of video, give this video a thumbs up. I mean, at least to me, it was very nice to film. And you can also check the description box down below. I have down there my social media, so you can follow me on there if you want to. And it would really mean a lot to me and help a lot if you would click the red button down below to subscribe to my channel and join the world of BeautyCraft. That is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!